I go here for Matt Kite. So this week I wanted to do another trick tip, and we're gonna do a super fun one that's a little more advanced but not super advanced, and it's just a low powered kite loop trick, and that is the Backroll nose grab kite loop. So this one's not as hard as you think. It's actually a really natural flowing trick, and we're gonna just do a quick tutorial on this, and then later on we'll get out the big camera, get some more angles, and we'll talk about doing more powered versions of it and different variations of these kite loop tricks. But in the meantime, let's just do this fun quick one. Let's get to it. All right, so first up, this is not a big air kite loop. This isn't a mega loop. This isn't jumping 20 feet and pulling the trigger. This is kind of lower on the water. It's still a power trick, but to start, you're gonna wanna do this in super light wind and then work your way up to where you're riding, somewhat powered, but not super lit, because there is a lot of force that's generated in the kite loop. And because you are staying kind of low while you're rolling, you can really get worked if you land this one wrong. So it's important to work your way into this. Start small, start in the light wind, be safe about it, and it's a super fun, really natural trick. So before you go into this one, just make sure you know how to do kite loops, down loops, maybe try some of the other variations of tricks that we've covered, like the front roll, down loop, tail grab, or something like that, just so you have that little extra coordination. And then from there, obviously you should be proficient at doing back rolls and back roll kite loops. So once you kind of have those things on lock, you can start thinking about spicing this up. So getting right to the point, you're going to be riding, you're going to keep the kite at 45, and then you're going to go for a regular sent back roll. So you'll send the kite up like you would for a regular jump, pop into a back roll by looking over your back shoulder, and then about halfway through, maybe a little bit before even, you're just going to take your front hand off, get really small, grab the nose of your board, and at the same time just pull on the back end. The kite's going to go through a loop. The kite will literally pull you out of the roll. It's going to be a little intense, even in light wind. And then you need to land riding downwind, and the kite will actually loop right through and then just position itself just like it was. It's not going to catch you because this is a low trick. You're maybe like a meter off the ground doing this, 1.5 meters, something like that. And yeah, you're just going to land like normal with the kite, go downwind to take some of the power out, and then edge your way back upwind. So there's a few things that can happen that you might need to modify. So let's say you're riding and the wind picks up and you're a bit overpowered and you've already kind of committed to the trick. You can pull the loop a little bit later, and what happens is if you wait to pull the loop a little bit later, you're gonna take all the guts out of the loop. It's gonna make it feel more like a down loop. It won't be super intense, and that's actually a good way to kind of work into it as well, is doing the back roll, getting the nose grab and pulling that loop a little bit later. It'll loop a little bit more on the edge of the window. You're not gonna have that much momentum going into the trick, so it'll be a little more mellow for you. Now, the real key to this trick is getting small. So you need to tuck both of your knees into your chest as much as you can, a little bit more with that front knee. And because of the rotation, because of what you're doing, getting that nose grab is actually going to be almost effortless, because you're already in the perfect position to just reach down and grab the nose. And even if you just do it with one hand and kind of reach and don't make the grab, that's fine. But I think you'll be surprised at how easy it is to make that grab. And then that also kind of keeps you safe, because as you're coming around, your nose is going to be up so that you don't like nose pick the board or anything crazy like that. So it kind of keeps you safer getting small and holding onto that nose until the loop pulls you all the way through, and then you can land riding downwind. So this is a fun, kind of easy one, definitely for the more intermediate riders out there. And if you guys have any questions, drop it in the comments. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you next time.